So I came to Kevin Kurganski to help me sort out my mind when it came to my relationship. I am in a relationship with a woman that I absolutely love, and she shows symptoms of borderline personality disorder, and I tend to play the rescuer role in women's lives and in everyone's lives, and I have a hard time like making boundaries, and knowing what healthy boundaries looks like, and knowing how to declutter my mind from everyone else's opinion. Because when you go through a breakup, you have the voices and the echoes of a lot of other people's opinion that matter to you and that you respect going in your ear and sometimes telling you conflicting things. I've been reading books on the subject matter on relationships and breakups, and that really only can take you so far, because that although that information is great, like, how do I apply that to my life? What does that mean for me? And now I myself am a relationship coach, so this is what I do all day long, as I help people sort their stuff out. But a doctor can't do his own surgery, and that's why I went to Kevin, because there's literally nobody better in the business or on the subject matter. When we started our conversation, you're always worried about talking about a breakup, that someone's gonna be telling you what to do, and you want advice, but you don't want to be told what to do, and you want to make sure that that person's not coming from a broken place themselves, because then that starts reflecting, and that can seep onto your decision making, and when you really just want good, objective, honest feedback. Before we started the session, Kevin assured me that he'd been doing this for a decade, and there may not be another person on the planet that has had more breakup conversations than him, and so his perspective has a lot of experience and a lot of value, and he really put me at ease at the beginning. It was really nice. It was really nice. And again, like, I'm a coach. Like, I know how to start a good session. And Kevin, it made me feel like he was going to kind of take the wheel a little bit, but not go anywhere that I didn't want to go, and to take me through a very honest path. But also that he had a lot of experience. He had and that he was going to be honest. Now, he does care, and as knowing Kevin for a little while, I know that he cares. But what he wants, his caring and stuff played an appropriate role, as he kind of gave me more objective ways to look at things. He reflected back to me my language, so I could kind of see my natural tendencies in relationships, to give me a better view of the role that I played in the relationship, without me feeling like I was making excuses. He also, really made it comfortable for me to share with him and be honest with him, the things in the relationship that I felt were unacceptable, and really challenged me to be honest with those things. Ultimately, Kevin said something great to me. He's like, hey man, this is your decision. This is your decision. This is not your family's decision. This isn't your friend's decision. It's not your therapist's decision. It's not my decision. This is yours. But I want to show you what you are. I want to reflect to you kind of a clear mirror as to where you're at, so you can make the wisest choice for yourself. And what I really wanted to get out of the conversation is to have more clarity as to what a balanced relationship looks like, where I develop my norms for relationships, and how that kind of related to healthy balance. And also I wanted to see what, if I wanted to continue the relationship, what would a healthy relationship look like what would the boundaries be, and if those boundaries are crossed, what does that look like, so I know when to step away, and in stepping away, what does that mean as well. I got really just very clear on it, and I talked to Kevin about 2 or 3 weeks after my breakup, and The only thing I wish is I would have done it a little bit sooner, you know, when I was in the storm, when I was deep in it. So, so Kevin, like, thank you so much, man. I've talked to a number of coaches. I've talked to a therapist. I have read a number of books. I've been on podcasts, really trying to figure out like how to, how I can bring my best self into a relationship, how I can draw good boundaries, what expectations I should have as a partner, so I can be a better man for the woman in my life. And whether it's the relationship that I'm working on now or a relationship I have in the future, this session was so beneficial to making relationships in general and in my life, and not just romantic relationships, but professional relationships and family relationships. It gave me just a whole lot more clarity as to, you know, how to sort my stuff out and behave. So out of all of the resources, Kevin, yours was the best, and we were on the phone for about 2.5 hours, and I just left with an immense amount of clarity, and my heart was settled. So it was just a great experience. And if you are going through a breakup right now, hearing a dozen voices that are all saying different things differently, all at the same volume, is crazy chaotic. And the reason that we have relationships and mentors and teachers in our lives is so we can borrow their experience and borrow their certainty that everything's gonna be okay and what that looks like. And Kev, man, like, dude, it was great. I'm so glad that I did the session. And if you're going through the same thing, like, I would suggest that you go through it too, because nothing can slow your life down more than a broken heart. And with Kevin, no matter which way it turns out, you'll at least be out of the heartbreak.